I've been having some fun lately making frame cards, and I thought I was just about to assemble this little one I've got ready to put together, and I thought I might as well turn the video on. I've been having rather difficult it's been rather difficult for me lately to actually get down and make a video, so I thought, well, let's go for it right now. And these little frame cards, I made this one as sort of a prototype, so I've been making the little frame and then assembling some sort of a scene or something for the middle with a sentiment of some sort. I've made a couple of birthday ones, and this one just says smile. This was just a play one. And then putting a little hinge device on the back, little easel, so that they stand up nicely on a desk or shelf while the person that receives them enjoys them. So it's the sort of thing I like to just play with until I get a little bit sick of it, or I get the process sorted to my own satisfaction, and then I'll leave it alone. So this little one is sort of a spacey theme, and I thought it might be suitable for one of my grandsons. He's got a birthday coming up in a little while. So this is the basic frame component, and I've been making various sized ones. This one is just a little, what is this one, 4.5? It's about 4.5 inches square, and the internal bit is just under 3.5 inches with half-inch framey bits. Where's this one? You can see with this one, which is just been put together and is unfinished, on the corners you sometimes get a little gap. Sometimes it's more than others. I've tried doing the little tabs, but this one was made without the tabs, and so you can see the little cornery bits. And sometimes it's not quite even on the mitres, on the corners. So to get around that, I sometimes use some washi tape just to go around the outside, and I make a little frame for the front, and that sort of gets rid of all of those little indiscrepancies. This one, see, it's got the frame on the front, which I've edged with a bit of extra distress ink just to roughen it up a little bit. And on the outside of this, you might be able to see there's a bit of a wood grain pattern. I just used the same cardstock and put that around, and you can see the join there. I used a wood grain stamp, and I actually just stamped that after I'd got it. I just laid the stamp flat down, inked it up, and then just pressed the frame onto it, and that worked pretty well. I was quite happy with that. This little one, I actually used a piece of blue ribbon. I didn't have any suitable washi tape. I've got quite a bit of washi tape, but a lot of it's too wide. So this one I wanted to keep it fairly blue and neutral because of the space there. But the ribbon is a little bit dodgy there where it joins. I'm not really happy with that. So I've cut a little strip, and that'll be the first thing I put on. Just a little 1/2 inch wide strip that will cover up that bottom bit. And I'll just get that done out of the way so it's drying while I start assembling the other bits. When I put the washi or the ribbon on, I always use some double-sided tape and run a strip of that round. I wouldn't trust washi tape to stay on for 5 minutes, and certainly ribbon needs quite a good strong adhesive. So I'll just put that on there. That will cover up that little join in the ribbon and neaten up that bottom edge. So that can just sit and dry. This little bit is the frame that covers the front. I'm going to put that on just yet. I'll leave that till probably last. I just cut a piece from the same, a scrap from the same piece of paper, and on the back I draw 1/2 inch lines and then cut it out with my little Stampin' Up cutter trimmer that's got the blade so I can cut internally. And you can use a ruler and a scalpel, so that's that. For the insert, this is the bit that came out of the middle of that with a little bit trimmed off so it fits in neatly, and a little bit of glitter cardstock that was in my scrap basket. So one thing these cards are excellent for is using up scraps, which I seem to have some more scraps than anything else, so I'm always looking for some ways to make them more effective. Put that in that way. It's got a little bit of a white bit at the bottom, but I'll put it there where it doesn't show. And this little piece, I simply cut out the star house with my little clipper, and I'll just adhere that in on top of the silver. These are really fun cards to make. I've really enjoyed it. There's a bit of problem solving to do with the working out the best way to get the neat frame. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to do it, and really it's just a matter of practice and working out what's going to work best for you. So I haven't actually done any video on that, though I could if anyone wanted one particularly, because they're really very simple, but I like making boxes, so just make sure that's adhered down. With these small ones, such as this or even smaller, it's quite a nice idea, and I've made a couple, is to use some tiny magnets and put say 4 or 5 on, glue them onto the back, and then just simply cover it with another piece of paper, and you can actually use them as fridge magnets. I've made a little have a blast on your birthday banner. I'll put that on last. I'll put that on in a bit. Now the little rocket and the little fiery blast for the back of it, I simply, I've got a little stamp from AliExpress, so I stamped it out, did a little bit of colouring with my Intense pencils and smoothed them out with a bit of my water brush, let that dry, cut them out, and then glossy accented the left it overnight, so this morning they're nice and dry. But because this, once you put glossy accents on even quite nice thick board, it sometimes curves. You might be able to see that one has curved a little bit, but I just left that plain because it doesn't matter, because it's curving the right way. This one was actually curving in a concave sort of way, so I've actually adhered it to 3 layers of scrap blue paper, which has made it nice and robust. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this, what is it, the Express It Black Adhesive Foam Sheets. I really like this stuff. It's very, very adhesive, and it's, you just cut it to the size you want. It comes in little strips. Sorry, it comes in little, that's a whole piece, I think. Oh no, it's had a bit cut off the top. So you just cut off what you want, and the guidelines are quite useful. I don't have any other black sort of foam adhesive, so I just use this. I just cut it out as I wanted. This one I'm just going to adhere with a fairly flat, I'll use one of these little old Stampin' Up, maybe 2, because I don't want that to be quite as elevated as the rocket itself. I'll sit the rocket over the top of it. And then it's just working out where to position it on the, probably about there. That looks pretty good. stuck in nicely. I've also got some other stars here. I thought I'd cut a couple of larger ones just to break up the sameness of the background. Put one there. Oops, strings everywhere. And one there. Just to give it a bit of variety. Now, the frame can go on now. Now, sometimes when you cut the frame out, you notice it fits slightly better one way than the other. So it pays to check the orientation. I think that's the way it needs to go. These are a lot of fun, and I think with little easily attachment on the back, they're fun. They can sit on a desk, or this one wouldn't necessarily need to be for a child. It might be for somebody who's going on a holiday or leaving a work team or doing any of those sorts of things. There we are, that's its little frame on. Depending on what you're going to use it for, of course. You wouldn't have a blast on your birthday if you're going to use it for a bon voyage, but I'm not going to actually put the sentiment on until I decide what's happening with it. I'll just put the little easel on the back and our card will be pretty much done. What I do with these frame cards is make a little box that this goes in, and I'll show you that later, but I need to find the centre. Just put a couple of little visual prompts there. And pop it on so it's lined up at the bottom. And as straight and as centered as we can make it. And then it will just sit like so and look quite cute. So there it is, that's the frame card assembly done. This just folds flat, and then when you make the little box for it to go in, because this is a 1/2 inch, I make the box with 3/4 inch sides, and that allows room for the easel and also for a little gift card or whatever else you're putting with it. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will catch you soon.